Welcome back to Myth Detective. Think you know the Norse gods? For most of us, the pantheon is a trio of superstars made famous by modern comics and blockbuster films. The wise All-Father, Odin, the mighty thunderer, Thor, and the charming trickster, Loki. We see them as a dysfunctional but ultimately heroic family, ruling over a golden realm. But what if this popular image is a lie? What if it's merely the tip of a vast, frozen iceberg, and the true, immense, and far more dangerous reality of the Norse cosmos lies hidden beneath the surface? The original sagas, written in blood and sung in smoky halls, are not superhero stories. They are grim tales overflowing with other powerful beings, cosmic guardians and forgotten figures whose powers rival and sometimes even surpass the famous trio. Today, we leave the well-trodden paths of Asgard and journey deep into the shadows to open the forgotten case files. Prepare to have your understanding of the Norse world completely redefined. Our first case file opens not in Asgard, but in the lush world of Vanaheim, home of the Vana gods. They are not minor deities. They are a rival tribe who fought Odin's Gear to a standstill. Their patriarch, Nidar, commands the seas and winds with absolute authority, granting wealth to sailors and calming deadly storms. His son, Freyr, is the lord of sunshine and fertility, whose ultimate weapon was a magical sword that fought entirely on its own, a sentient blade of unstoppable power. Tragically, he traded this sword for the love of a giantess, a noble but foolish act that sealed his doom at Ragnarok. But the true power of the Vanir lies with Freya. She is the master of Seer, a form of magic so potent it can weave the threads of fate itself. While Odin had to sacrifice an eye for a glimpse of wisdom, Freya's power could grant victory or despair to entire armies with a whisper, a force of creation and chaos that even the All-Father had to humble himself to learn from her. The Vanir represent a power of life and abundance so profound, Asgard could only become a true powerhouse after merging with them. Before Odin became the All-Father, another god held the title of the Great Sky Father, Thor. He is the embodiment of law, justice, and absolute honor. His power was not in a hammer, but in the conceptual force of an unbreakable oath. His ultimate feat of power proves this. When the monstrous wolf Fenrir, a beast destined to kill Odin, shattered every physical chain, the gods turned to a magical ribbon, Gleipnir, that could only be activated by an act of absolute trust. Knowing it was a trick, the wolf demanded one of the gods place their hand in its mouth as collateral. The other gods recoiled in fear. Only Tyr, the god of honor, stepped forward. He placed his own arm into the wolf's slavering maw, a willing sacrifice to uphold the law and protect the 9 realms. The moment the chain held, his arm was bitten off. This was his unstoppable power. The ability to enforce a binding that even the strongest monster could not break, paid for with his own flesh. It is the power of absolute integrity, a force perhaps even greater than strength or magic. Beyond the battlefield, there are other forms of unstoppable power. First is Heimdall, the white god, guardian of the Bifrost. He is far more than a gatekeeper. Born of 9 mothers, his senses are cosmic. His hearing is so acute, he can literally hear wool growing on sheep and grass growing on the earth from across the realms. His sight is so keen, he can see for hundreds of miles, day or night. No secret in the 9 realms could be kept from him. His horn, Jallarhorn, when blown, would sound an alarm so powerful it would be heard by every god, giant, and creature in the cosmos in undeniable summons to the final battle. Then there is Ar, the silent god of vengeance. A powerful son of Odin, he spends his time in a quiet, wild forest, preparing for a single, prophesied moment. At Ragnarok, after the wolf Fenrir devours his father Odin, it will be Ar who steps forward, wearing a special shoe made from the discarded leather scraps of all time, making it indestructible. He will use this shoe to stomp on the wolf's lower jaw and, with his bare hands, tear the beast's head apart. His is the unstoppable power of focused, righteous vengeance. The evidence is clear. The Norse cosmos is far richer and more complex than the familiar trio of Odin, Thor, and Loki. It's a world where unstoppable power comes in many forms. The elemental might of the Vanir, who command the sea and weave fate itself. The conceptual power of Thor, whose honor can bind a monster that iron chains cannot. The cosmic senses of Heimdall that see all secrets, and the fated strength of Ar that exists only to deliver a final, brutal justice. The big 3 may be the face of Asgard, but these forgotten gods are its true, unbreakable pillars. They prove that, in the grim world of the Vikings, power was not just about the strength of your swing, but the strength of your convictions, the depth of your knowledge, and the courage to fulfill your destiny. So, which of these incredible powers do you find most inspiring? Let us know your new favorite god in the comments below.